Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Sorry it's been a while. I had a science thing going there for a few days. Anyways, getting right back in the swing of things. I just spent the last hour, literally the last hour, trying to finesse this camera, and I think I got it right. So it really annoys me. I spent all this money on this new camera, and the other camera actually takes seemingly a better picture than this one, although this one gets way better sound. Anyways, continuing with the Saranac 12 Beers of Summer Mix Pack, we got the Pale Ale. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a twice Pale Ale. Let me read the description. Finally, a Pale Ale true to its name. We've created a crisp, hoppy Pale Ale that is truly pale in color without sacrificing the hop character and malt balance you expect in an American Pale Ale. We've selected citrusy Centennial hops balanced by the background nuttiness of Maris Otter malt. We think you'll find this most refreshing Pale Ale you've ever had. Enjoy. Wow, the most refreshing Pale Ale I've ever had. It's a pretty big, that's a bold statement there. Once again, I'm using my Chad's Beer Reviews glass. Hopefully you can see it this time, but if not, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, it's got a nice kind of amber gold color here. Some carbonation. It's pretty, actually rather tepid. Yeah, it's more of like an amber gold kind of color. Not much of a head on there. It's kind of fizzy, foamy, white. It's probably going to dissolve soon. Well, I know my sinuses are working because I can smell a lot of hops in here. Very floral kind of scents going on here. A little bit grassy. It's not super citrusy though, as you would find in an India Pale Ale. But let's see how it tastes. I'm not really sure how this is much different than a regular Pale Ale. It's nice. It's got like kind of like a zesty, dry kind of hop taste to it. It might be dry hopped. Getting that kind of almost kind of piney hops on here. Finishes with like just the slightest bit of tartness on it. So it's not super strong like an IPA, but it's got a nice hop character here. So a lot of flavor. And it finishes, it's a little bit dry too. I like it. It's like a nice, this is actually, I'd call it like a Pale Ale light. Seems a little bit more watery, a little bit thinner than your usual Pale Ale. It's not so heavy. It's not so intense tasting either. So I can see why they made this a summer beer, because it's like a very easy beer to drink. Goes down really smooth. I do like that slight hint of a citrus finish on there. I wish it was a little bit stronger because I love IPAs, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I think this is pretty good. You know, so I'm getting a little bit of malty, kind of toastiness on the end here. It has a bit of a, kind of like a toasty aftertaste. So, you know, it's got surprisingly a lot of character for a light summer beer, so I think it's pretty good. It's got a nice, soft, gentle mouthfeel. Doesn't intimidate you at all. This is easier to drink than most of your mainstream lagers. There's like no intensity here. Just really, it's really welcoming. You know, like I said, it's kind of like, it's a slightly thin and watery, and it's not too heavy in taste. I'm not sure what the ABV is on this. I think it's a little low. But I'm going to finish this up, and one in the fridge here, and all these other ones for the next few days. And I'll get back to you. Alright, I'm back, just about to finish up with the Saranac Pale Ale. That was a pretty good beer. The best way to describe it is just a light pale ale. It's got that kind of hoppy, almost a little bit citrusy kind of flavor, but without the intensity of your usual pale ale. I like how it finishes too. It's got a nice crispiness to it. A little bit of citrus. Not as much as I would prefer, like in an IPA, but it's definitely a really tasty beer. In fact, I think I might even like it better than the regular pale ale. But I'd give it the same rating that I would give the pale ale. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's a very good beer. So, Saranac Pale Ale. It's in the 12 Beers of Summer mix pack. And it's definitely a pretty good one. So, that's 2 down and 4 more to go. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.